when you have an actor as amazing as JK, it's offer only. So you say, hey, will you play? He doesn't audition. He doesn't have to read. He just, if you want this, we would love to have you. And truly, when we put that offer out, I did not realize how incredible he would be in the role, both in terms of capturing the blindness and being a dad. So I remember we put an offer out to him. I wrote a very nice cover letter, as I'm a fan of his work, and I asked for a meeting, and I got a call saying, hey, he can talk to you Saturday at 1 o'clock. So whenever it is, that's fine. Whenever I happen to be at Disneyland with my entire family, taking my kids to Disney for the first time, and I said, he didn't know this, but I said, oh, fine, 1 o'clock. And so David Schwimmer and I get on the phone, and he didn't go to Disney with us, but and we talked to JK, and JK, in very typical JK, no BS fashion, says, all right, I've been acting for a while now. I've been offered blind role. Tell me why I should play a blind guy, because I've never done it. I'm not comfortable with it. Tell me how this is a good idea. And I said, the conceit is Mel hid his blindness for 15 years, so we're not dealing with somebody who's stumbling over the sets or the living room. We're dealing with someone who, in episode 4, maybe you go, wait, is he blind? So I think a third of the burden of selling the blindness falls on the actor. A third of it falls on the writing. And there's certain scenes that when you see them or hear them, you realize, oh, somebody knows a blind person here. And a third of it falls on the director, who has to capture, if this is the person you're talking with, if suddenly you're off a little bit in the visually, it'll sell blindness. And there's stuff we do where we shoot over the shoulder of someone so you can see the person missing. And so we talked through that. And then he said to me, and there was a lot of work on set. I mean, I would go in and something like the credit card. There's a scene where Mel pulls out a credit card. He's checking into a hotel. How does your dad know where the credit card is? And so most of the information I knew just from being around it. I knew how he had, bottom left is the credit card for personal, bottom right is for business, and I helped him through those things. But the man is an incredible actor who is able to take something as premeditated as a blind movement and make it organic in his character. It's incredible. Eli Baker is from Connecticut. He plays me at the age of 11 and a half. We did a worldwide search. I mean, different countries. I think I must have seen over 100 people for the role. I was one night, late at night, frustrated and looking online, and I saw, apparently Eli put himself on tape for New York casting. New York casting liked him so much that they had him in to put himself on a little more proper tape. I saw that tape, and I said, that's the kid. And everybody said to me, he's great, but isn't he young? And I said, well, I don't want the show to be on for 2 years. I want he has to be young enough that he's giving up this childhood to be his dad's human guide dog. And so we flew him in, along with some other people, some pretty known people. And we had 3 scenes that he was reading, all from the pilot. First scene, Schwimmer and I are sitting next to each other, watching it, ready to give notes. Perfect. Nailed a joke that no one had nailed. No notes. Second scene, boom, perfect. Third scene, perfect. And I said to Schwimmer, I need to know if he can take a note. We can't give him the part. So we had to give him a note that we didn't believe in, because he was playing it perfectly. So I said, just for fun, how about, and he took the note. And it's amazing to me to get someone who is that young and yet that professional. And yet, when he is not acting, he's just a real kid. He's not affected by what's going on around him. This show is a little bit of, it's got like this Courtship of Eddie's Father throwback to, I remember that show when I was younger, and they'd be walking the beach talking about life stuff. And that's really what I want the show to be. It's about a father and son. It's not about a blind guy. It's about, even in the beginning, the opening scene of the show, you see the father take down a tree with a chainsaw. And I didn't want to just film him taking down the tree with the chainsaw. I wanted to be on the kid's face, because that's what you're watching. You're watching this. Yeah, that's my role model. My dad went to law school at the age of 45, blind. Growing up, I couldn't complain about anything. You know, I'd be like, Dad, I'm having trouble with my book report. I went to law school blind. Okay, sorry to have troubled you.